All right, folks, I think I still got a fish on here. We're gonna find out. Yeah, I sure do. And I don't think he even knew he was hooked. I was talking on the phone and I knew that was gonna happen. I knew I'd have a fish hit right when I answered that call, but I figured I ought to answer it. So I'm doing some carp fishing today, so it's not type of fishing that I do very often, but it's a lot of fun when I get a chance. And I came out, that doesn't look like too bad of a carp either. I came out to the farm this weekend, do some turkey hunting, had an amazing hunt, and I may include possibly a little bit of footage of that. We'll just see, maybe at the end of the video for those of you that are interested. But in the meantime, let's get this fish on in here. Not real big, but problem is it's real shallow. My tackle is not really made for carp, and I don't have a net. But you do what you can with what you got. And what I got is some bass fishing tackle that I'm hoping to catch a few carp with. If I can get them in without popping my line and without having to get my feet too muddy, that would be ideal. Yeah, I'll probably have to get in the mud here a little bit. See if we can land him. There he is. Not a bad carp. See if I can get him back in the water and maybe get another one. This other line hasn't been hit yet, which kind of surprised me, but I'll get this guy back in the water and I'll tell you what I'm doing. Okay, that was a little tough. I should have worn my muck boots. What I'm doing is I'm fishing in a real shallow area here in an old sand pit right next to the river. So last time I was out here, which was about a month ago, I was doing some catfishing on the river and just kind of worked my way past through this area and happened to notice that there are a lot of fish that are kind of rooting around in this real shallow water. I can see their tails. I knew they were carp. So it's been about a month, but I figured I'd come back and check it out and see if they might still be hanging out in here, and sure enough they are. And watching that rod, might be a bit right on that rod too. So I guess I need to find out a little bit more history about this sand pit, if the name is what it is, and then I guess they were excavating sand or something out of this, or maybe gravel out of this pit before, but I don't really know. But we've always called it the sand pit. So down here fishing the sand pit, and like I said, shallow water. I'm not set up well for carp, so I've got my bass fishing tackle out here today, and I've just grabbed a few smaller hooks out of my box that I had laying around, and just grabbed a can of sweet corn and threw a few handfuls out in the water to chum the area a little bit, and just slipped 4 or 5 kernels on the hook and cast it out. It worked for one, so hopefully it'll work for a couple more. So let's get back to the fishing. Folks, my camera just randomly shut off, so I don't know if any of what I just said got on camera or not. But basically what's happened is I've got a nice carp on the line here. I think he may have gotten my other line. Can't quite tell yet, but he about pulled my pole in the water. But I was saying how nice it's been that I've been able to fish at the sand pit today, because we're kind of down in a bowl that's protecting me from the wind. And if I did get that previous footage, then you'll just have to bear with me for repeating that little bit of information. But man, you never count on technology to work right. So, but this seems to be a little bit nicer carp, and of course he's on the rod, and now there he goes through my other line. Now he may have got it. He's on my lighter rod. This rod's got lighter line on it. That other rod, these are my bass fishing rods. I'm not really set up well for carp, but my other rod's got 20 or 30 pound braid on it, I think. But this rod here, the line's a little bit lighter, and also I don't use these rods very often, so I haven't changed the line in a long time. It could be somewhat brittle, but see if we can get this guy to come in for us. He's coming in starting to slow down a little bit, but I don't think he's done yet. That's one thing that's real nice about fishing for carp like this. They're almost like an underutilized, well, they are an underutilized fish, because really they're very big. They fight hard, and they're just a lot of fun. And this water is really shallow, and he's kind of up in the shallows. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, I'm not gonna be able to drag this one very much, so what I'm gonna do is try, I think I'm gonna let just a little bit of line out, see if he'll swim out deep or not, or if he's just gonna sit there. And I'm gonna try and drag him over where I can have a little bit better chance at landing him without having to sink in the mud. I didn't wear my muck boots. See if I can land him without having to sink in the mud up to my ankles or my knees. See if we can get him to come over here. Gotta kind of take it easy on this light tackle with these big fish like this. I think I finally just started to have a few fish work back into this area. It had been a while since I'd had a bite, but I'm starting to see a few more. I've probably spooked them all off now, towing this guy around everywhere. See if I can get him to come where I need him to. Give him a little bit more line. There we go. Now he's swimming. Got a little bit deeper water there, maybe. I think if I can get him over here, there's this spot, if you can see, where the water flows in, and it kind of connects it to the river. But I think water looks a little bit deeper over here. I might be able, if I can get him over here, to land him over here, and then also be able to release him without having to sink knee deep in the mud and get my feet all wet. Not about to get my feet all wet for a carp. They're a lot of fun to catch, but not worth getting soaked for. He ain't done yet. He's gonna take a little more drag there, isn't he? If this isn't something that you've done before, I recommend giving it a shot. It's not real difficult. You don't have to have fancy gear. I mean, there's gear out there special for carp, but if you're like me and don't really fish for them very often, but want to just take advantage of an opportunity, grab your bass or your catfish gear, get you a can of corn. Make sure it's legal to chum if you're gonna do that. And then get out there and catch some carp. Well, now I got him stuck on a silt bar again. Let's see if I can get him to come this way. There we go. There we go. I think we got him now. Yeah. We got him now if he'll stay in that deeper water for us. I think I'll just pull him up into this little channel here. He's not ready yet. Not ready yet. But it takes so long to land a fish, kind of run out of things to say to the old camera. I hope it was running earlier. I hope it didn't lose that footage. It's a pain. It can be frustrating. It can be a pain to film your trips sometimes. It's a little bit better carp if we can land him without breaking the line. I don't know if he's quite ready to be done yet. There, we got him on land. Nice. Alright, there's that one. It's a pretty nice carp. Kind of a chore to get him where I can land him because of how shallow it is out here where I'm fishing, but I think I'm going to get this one back in the water, and then what I'm going to do is rebait that rod, get it back out there, and I'll probably reel this one in and check it because it was getting hit too, and rebait him, see if I can get another one for him out of here. Alright folks, this is all I'm doing with that hook, that corn. I'm just threading that corn on there. Got 5 kernels on there. I'll just cast it out. I haven't been casting out too far because these carp seem to be real shallow. I can see them moving around out there. So anyway, I'm gonna get this cast back out, and I'll check that other rod and do the same with it. We'll be fishing again. Alright folks, there it is, another real nice carp. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun out here today. Been a lot of fun today in general. Woke up this morning, first thing 4:45, got out, had an amazing turkey hunt. I think I'll probably still put just a little bit of footage. I don't have great footage because I'm just not set up for filming hunts. And when it got real close to being time to do something, when it got close to being time to actually, you know, get ready to pull the trigger, I stopped messing around with my phone and filming and stuff and taking pictures, and had to get my game face on. So not great footage, but it'll be there, I think, a little bit at the end of this video. So those of you that are interested in that, go ahead and watch that, and those of you that aren't, go ahead and click off this video. But hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy released, and with that additional footage there of the turkey hunt, I think this will be a plain long video. I'm tired and hungry, ready to get back to the house, so I think I'm probably gonna go ahead and call that a trip. I mean, I could stay out here several more hours probably and catch 2 or 3 more of these, but I think I'll go ahead and call it a trip and see what tomorrow brings. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Well, there she is. Or he is, I guess I should say. But, just a little Jake.